interacted with previous batch. Let me start with a disclaimer. What a trained zoologist, someone who has probably learned, after I have stepped out of the college and learned all over again. This is mostly through peer learning and interactions with guys like Dr. Nandkumar, Dr. Jahan, and so many others. What I'm going to speak to you about is about butterflies, specifically about butterflies, and then if you have any more questions about birds and dragonflies, you can always take them on. I'll start with a small introduction on what are butterflies. I'm sure you all know this, but just recollect what are butterflies. Butterflies are insects. They belong to class Insecta. Now, why do we call them that? Anyone knows how do you identify an insect? One character which will tell you that it's an insect. Okay, any organism with 6 legs is an insect. They are also called as hexapoda, six legs. So any organism with 6 legs is an insect, and butterflies of course are insects. Insects is probably one of the largest group within the animal kingdom. And the butterflies are the most well-known, you will see. They belong to the order Lepidoptera, which includes butterflies as well as moths. Now there are some major differences between these two groups. Let's maybe for some other time. Within butterflies, we have got 5 important families, depending again on different characters. We will discuss them as we go ahead in the presentation. The first 4 that you see are the so-called true butterflies, the ones which you usually see. Whereas the last one, Hesperids, they are called Hesperids or they are called skippers as well. These are in between butterflies and moths. People are sure, people who research, scientists are sure that they are not moths, but they are not sure whether they are butterflies. So there is a confusion because they look like butterflies, many of them, but their behavior, their breeding biology resembles moths. So there is somewhere in between. At the moment, they are included under the butterflies. Everyone knows about the life cycle of a butterfly. Something they undergo something that we call as complete metamorphosis. Starting with the egg, the caterpillar, the pupa, and the butterfly, the adult. So basically, 4 different stages in their life cycle. Now, doing all this, since this is about chemical ecology, so there are a lot of things that happen during these phases, right from selection of a host plant, how they identify the host plant, and as the caterpillar feeds the chemicals that it imbibes from all the different plants, when they synthesize compounds, and some become unpalatable, some become palatable. So a lot of things happen during this stage. Now, when you're speaking of the life cycle of this is a common plant, by the way, and very surprisingly, within its life cycle, it has 2 different forms. Okay, so this is, let's say, this is called the Clytia form, this is the Similis form. There are 2 forms. And the Clytia female lays eggs on its host plant, which is basically the cinnamon plant. Once it lays its eggs, within a clutch of eggs that it lays on a plant, you will get a mixed population of these 2 forms. So why this happens? People are still researching what basically determines the number of Clytia and number of Similis within a population. So that's something that is being researched, and as Sir said, a lot of field work is really necessary to know this kind of understanding. So this is how this is cinnamon plant, as I said earlier. So when we're speaking of the life cycle, the first thing obviously that the adults need to wait for them to lay eggs. And something very interesting happens here is that many of these butterflies have apparatus on their body. It could be on any part of the body. They are called as androgonia, which are basically scent glands, which release pheromones. They are called androgonia. And right from the wings, upper side of the wings, to the thorax, in some cases even on the feet. Like in this case, this is the golden anchor butterfly. And on the forearms, it's now actually opened up. You can sit on a vantage position on top, especially in forest clearings. You can sit in such a position that it kind of covers a larger area fold up its front legs and open up these abdominal segments. And from that is where so this is how they actually release the pheromones. And androgynia are primarily seen in males. In some female moths also they have these androgynia scent glands, but primarily males. So this is the history butterfly. It has this on the feet, on the tibia of the forelegs. Now this is another butterfly which has this androgynial cells. These are also called as brands in some cases on the forewing. So when the time comes, they open them up to release these pheromones. So they are on different parts of the body, and there's one subfamily which has very interesting androgynial cells. They are at the tip of the abdomen, and they are called pencil brushes. They actually sprout out of the abdomen. They are beautiful yellow color. There is a family called Ganini. So that family, the entire group is called as tigers. So we have the plain tiger, we have the striped tiger, we have the glassy tiger, the blue tiger, dark blue tiger, and big blue. So they have this very interesting androgynial cells for releasing pheromones. So pheromones are basically chemicals which will attract the opposite sex. So in many cases, the male, when they are pursuing females, once they have chased a female, what happens is that the visual clues they will try and identify initially. So when they come in contact, when a butterfly male is chasing another butterfly, something very interesting that happens is that we realize that it's a male. The reaction changes. They will not release the pheromones, but they will kind of get into an aerial dogfight. They are chasing each other till one fellow is pushed away. But if he realizes that it's a female, then immediately release pheromones. And the female, depending on the strength of the pheromones, will decide whether to choose the male or not. So there are different ways. For example, if the female chooses, in some species, all species don't react the same way. But in some species, what they would do is that the female would go, into a safe place, because when they actually mate, they are most vulnerable to attacks. So what the female will do is that try and go into some dense thicket or some place where the chances of attack are less. But if she wants to reject, then there's a very, I don't know the photograph unfortunately. What they do is that they bend their wings and raise their down. It's kind of a rejection basically. So these are some visual clues by which the males will know that the female is receptive or not. And the females, based on the strength of the pheromone, will then decide whether to accept the male or not.